It feels amazing, just because I was part of that history when I first came in here, and then I was part of the team that lost it. So it's good to just bring it back home.
Going into that late third quarter when they cut the lead back down to single digits and you had responded to 7 points for the last 3 minutes, I guess what was kind of your process there? How did you kind of find a way to get back?
I didn't even notice that. I was just trying to go out there and just make sure I was moving and flow, get my teammates the ball, and if I felt like I had the opportunity to score, I would do that as well. But that's basically what I do. I just try to go out there and do everything in flow.
Here in the front.
Yeah, this is for either one of you. I haven't followed your team really closely, but I noticed at the game against Kentucky and Columbia, Coach Staley was kind of hesitant to dole out a lot of praise for you guys. And now that you've had a couple more games now in the season, has she been a little bit more open to giving you guys props for how you're playing?
Yeah, she always praises us. To us, though, I don't know, to the media, but she always like to say, don't sip the Kool-Aid. And we don't like to do that either because we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. But she always praises us, and she always motivates us.
How did this game compare to the first Kentucky game? How did this game compare to the first Kentucky?
We knew it was going to be different. It's kind of hard to play a team twice. We know our tendencies and stuff like that. And obviously we played them home, and they got their crowd and home court advantage and stuff like that. But they just wanted to come back, and I know they didn't want to have the same outcome as first game, so it was going to be tough.
Anything else for student athletes?
That 15 talk about just the ease in getting the ball inside against Kentucky almost from the start.
You want me to talk about it? That was part of our game plan, just pounding the paint. We recognized it from the first game that we contributed to that a lot. We had a lot of points off of the paint, and we wanted to stick with the same game plan.
Anything else?
There was that 15-0 run at the end of the first quarter that really kind of changed the tide for you all and gave you that lead. What was kind of going on through there? How did, I guess, affect the rest of the game going on?
Game's full of runs, so we knew that we had a run in them, they had a run in them, and it's just being patient and being composed throughout the whole thing.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Questions for Coach Staley?
Coach, you kind of talk about that run at the end of that first quarter and I guess how you all were able to do that and how kind of they responded after that.
I mean, I thought the beginning of the game, we weren't pushing the ball. I mean, Kentucky had a lot to do with that, in that they were zone pressing, and they were forcing us to slow down a little bit. And we just tried to tell our team, it's token pressure. It's not really they're trapping. They're just trying to slow us down and not allow us to push the ball down the floor and create some quicker buckets in transition. I thought once we got flowing, that is the speed that we need to play at, and that's the speed that we've played at all season long, where we can truly make an impact. First quarters are quarters in which we do get out to a quick start, and it took us a while to get going because of the defense they started out in the game with.
With that quick start, I guess, did you have to say anything to them to kind of course correct after Kentucky went up early? Or did you kind of just trust they would figure it out?
Well, I mean, for us, we knew that Kentucky would come out and play with a lot of energy at the beginning of the game. So we just try to sustain and just make sure that we're doing what we need to do and handle their run in the beginning, handle that burst of energy that they'll have to start the game. It took us a couple of minutes to really adjust, and once we started moving the ball, pushing the ball up the floor, getting the ball inside, getting the ball to the paint, it opened things up for us. But I think for the most part, Kentucky controlled the tempo of the game from tip to the buzzer.
Coach, do you put much stock in some of these milestones, like your victory here and that kind of thing, or was really the most important thing just clinching a share of the SEC today?
You said that the 300 wins.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, no. I think, with all the former players that have dedicated their college careers to us here in South Carolina, they're a part of that. So they're a big part of why that happens. Our staff, they're a big part of why that happens. I don't really look at the amount of wins. I do like the fact that we are regular season champions in the SEC, which is a tough conference, one of the best conferences, if not the best, and where you're the number one team in this conference is really is saying something special.
Is that kind of a surprise? I mean, you all have been on a run, but at the outset, did you think it would kind of end this way at the beginning of the season, that you all had that kind of potential?
I didn't even put goals on this team because I didn't know them. A large part of this team hasn't played a whole lot of minutes for us in the beginning of the year. We have 9 out of our 12 players are either a transfer, a freshman, or a sophomore that really hadn't played a whole lot of minutes for us. I knew what Ty would bring to the table. I knew what Lily would bring to the table, and Kiki. But that's just a fourth of our team. It is what is the 3/4 of the team. How are they going to respond to playing in this league and playing the schedule that we had? You just don't know. So you take it day by day, and you allow them. We had the foundation. It's just allowing them the blueprint of what it looks like.
Don, I'm old enough to have seen you play, and you were pretty intense. Coach Mitchell said something the other day. He's giving you props. He said you were somebody who was able to take that intensity as a player, be successful, and apply it, that same intensity as a coach, and be successful. Not everybody's able to do that. What's your secret? Would you agree with that assessment?
I think he's pretty spot on. I'm a point guard. I say I'm a point guard, meaning it is current, because you never lose the title of being a point guard. So you're always directing, you're always leading, you're always finding what buttons to push in different players. And I got a whole lot of practice in doing that as a player. So I don't think much changes when you become a coach, because you see it the same way. You're dealing with people and relationships, and people want to know that you care about them. And once they know you care about them, you can say whatever you want, uncensored. You can say whatever you want because they know it's coming from a place of love.
Greg?
Yeah, just after coming so close to winning the conference regular season last year, does that make it a little sweeter this year?
Actually, Kentucky was the one that really upended our chances of becoming either tied for the SEC championship. That one hurt. That one hurt because, quite honestly, I didn't know if that team could be where it was at the time. I didn't think we could get ourselves to a point where we were even in the conversation. But that's why it stung so much that we worked so hard to kind of just kind of get to that point, and have the kind of defeat that we had at our place was really upsetting.
And then just from today, Aaliyah hasn't had a lot of foul trouble this year.
Yeah.
Kind of maybe the most she's faced in a while. How do you kind of adjust to that and work through that?
The adjustment was take her out. We put V in, and we have players who sit on our bench and probably don't play a whole lot of minutes or more minutes than there is to play, because Aaliyah is such an integral part of what we do on both sides of the ball. It's not that they're not capable, Victoria is very capable. We put Letitia in at the last 4 minutes of the basketball game. She came in and gave us some great minutes, some great experience. So we don't shy away from allowing our bench to perform. And Aaliyah really takes it hard when she's not playing her normal rotation, And then I just told her that, you've carried us for, a lot of games this year, a lot. Trust your teammates. Let them do what you've been doing for them all season long. And then, we got control of the game, and we finished it.
Anything else for Coach? Thank you all.
Thank you.